All right, I think we are live finally, and I got my new streaming PC, and I got Gee. Like, we got two better things in the stream than we normally have. How you doing, boys?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited for this. We've been talking about this for a while. We did this, Chris, with me and you, right? I remember I was in my vacation home and I was minting my first god, and we did that, and we had a little bit technical difficulties, but we got through it the second time. So it was a very fun process, and I love doing it. And now I've minted a couple more. But the fact that we get Guy, who has not yet minted his first god, and I know he's been waiting for the perfect timing, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But the fact that we get to do this again with one, not only one of our team members, but one of our co-founders, I think is super exciting. Somebody that was the brains behind everything that we're doing right now, and started this project, had the vision for where we're at this moment. So to be able to now engage and see Guy do his thing and mint this God Bull, which is the precipice of our collection, less than 500, right? So they're super rare, and it's going to be cool, man. I'm excited about this.
Cool. Yeah, man. I'm super excited too. Happy to be here. You said a lot of nice things, but nothing I've accomplished has been alone. We've accomplished this with an awesome team, great community. So, I mean, I'm super grateful for where we are right now. I'm very, very excited. I was right before we got here. I called my son into the room, like, dude, check this out. I'm meeting some teens, and he's like, how are you gonna burn this? Because he knows the tokenomics, he knows how it works. You can't burn. You gotta have a backup. You cannot burn that guy. So we were like trying to mint a few things and trying to see which ones are expendable. But I mean, luckily now we don't have to live with that burden as much anymore. Right. Soon these things will be brought back from that underworld, right?
So is that what we're gonna call it? We're gonna call it the underworld.
I don't know yet.
I heard that. I love the underworld.
That's what Tangman was calling this place before. So I'll use his lingo until we have something better. But
ooh, I'm into that. That sounds good.
It's going to be cool. And not only do they get resurrected, but they're going to be earning 5 methane per day, which is crazy, right? I mean, to have another asset in our project, and another NFT in our project that's earning this coveted methane, which we also have some amazing things planned in the near future for. God, I wish I could talk about the stuff that we do, and we talk about it Tokenomics Tuesday. But holy cow, are there some amazing things that are planned? And I can't wait, man. The roadmap is awesome. The things that are coming are awesome. And it's just been fun to work through this process. And it all started here. It all started with this basic tokenomic, right? The tokenomics of buying an OG bowl and holding that OG bowl in your wallet, allowing that OG bowl then to earn methane token, which is 10 methane token per day for doing nothing but holding it, right? No staking, no nothing. Then taking that methane token and for free, other than gas fees, being able to mint these additional awesome NFTs, starting with an incubator, which we're going to talk about, then the teen bowl. And then once you get the teen bowls, getting the merger orb, and then ultimately to the God bowl, all done in gamification. Which, I mean, to have a project, we're not even 90 days old yet, right, Guy? I mean, to be less than 90 days old and to have this kind of gamification and utility and these additional free mints has been freaking awesome. It's been so cool.
Well, I tell you what, Nons popped in and asked Guy, where's his cap? I say, as a reward for getting your first God Bowl, Guy, I will send you a Bulls and Apes hat.
I appreciate it. I actually have a Bulls and Apes hat, and Tangman actually sent me a BAP a shirt, like a nice color shirt. But I was so engaged with the gamification that I did not even think about changing shirts.
Yeah.
So
cool.
my fail there, but I'm excited. And to talk about what we've done. I know Gary, you talk about this a lot and what we've done as a project, but I wish people could see how hard the team is working to get to where we are right now, and most importantly to get to where we are that the community cannot yet see, because there's we're planning, we're building, we're strategizing, thinking about what's coming, what's in the future. Right now everybody can only think about the bear market. We're looking past that. Like by the time that we execute on some of the cool ideas that we have, markets will have gone up and down and up and down, and we don't care because we're building for the long term, and that's why we do listen to the community. We are building a community. We're building something that matters in the long term. So and that's what's exciting. Obviously, we are sympathetic. Oh my gosh, you're awesome! Come on. You see, my son is listening in. So.
Look at you. That's awesome.
All right. There we go. Here's the hat.
Perfect.
Team spirit. Let's go.
Yep. There you go. So we are building for the long term, but we are empathetic to the people that are going through this bear market, and so there's an important community aspect to that. So we can't be all gung-ho about the future and ignore the present, because the present is important. But we cannot let the present dictate the things that we're doing for the long-term benefit of the community and the project. So it is very, very exciting. I wish that we could talk about some of the ideas and some of the strategy sessions. When I get with Neo, we go to his house, hang out, and we talk about how can we make this better? How can we make this more exciting, more engaging? The sessions that we had to create the gamification as it is right now, and we didn't do this alone. We did it with the team, but and it's just super exciting and promising. I hope that the community is as excited as we are, not for just what we have right now, but what's coming. Oh, I wish I could tell you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're in those same meetings, right, Guy? It's like, to be a fly on the wall in the meetings, I think would blow people's minds. You talked about how you've done this with a team, and it is a team. I don't know if a lot of people realize, but we have over 40 employees in the project. That's unheard of for an NFT project. I know of a lot of NFT projects. We just talked to one the other day, and it was like, oh, we've got 6 to 8. We've got over 40, and it's because we're innovating. It's because we're doing things that have never been done in this space. It's because we're making changes. We're trying to make that impact, which is what you and Neo and Anthony as founders talked about from the very beginning. Was we weren't just creating an NFT project. We were creating a business, but a business that's going to make an impact in the space for the better, and to make a mark in the space. And I think we've done that. I think we've rocked the boat a little bit, which has been cool. And with the ETH back guarantee as being amazing, 6-month ETH back guarantee, yeah, groundbreaking. The fact that you guys came out as fully doxed from the very beginning, and I know that was something that you were very passionate about. And then the fact that you guys pre-funded this. I mean, we're talking about pre-funding and financing this project, this company through Mint 2. Who does that? NFT projects. And I'm not trying to take anything away from NFT projects. There's been a blueprint in this space for a long time, which is create some cool art, get some utility behind it, sell it. Once you sell it, take those funds and then reinvest it back into your project to then fulfill that roadmap. Well, you guys flip the script. You guys like, no, we're going to treat this like a real company, and we're going to fund this, and we're going to put our capital behind our vision and our roadmap, and we're going to build that from there. And by doing that, it gave you that power to lock up those Mint funds for that ETH back guarantee, which is something else that is unheard of in this space. Anybody can go into the smart contract and they can look and they can see those funds locked up there. They haven't been touched, guys. Everything that we've been doing to this point has been pre-funded and funded by our awesome founders. So I think that that's sometimes missed in this space, and I think it should definitely be highlighted.
Yeah, I think so. It's cool that we're highlighting, but I don't want to discount the efforts of NFT projects that don't have the luxury of doing that, right? Because there's a lot of really, really cool people in the space that are trying to make a difference, and the way that they found to make a difference is through the Mint funds and putting that those Mint funds to work for what they consider important. So I don't think this is the way to go. I don't think there is one way to do Web3 or the right way. As long as there's a purpose and a long-term vision and mission, and you really care about what you're trying to do, I think there's multiple ways to go about it, and we should all be there, especially right now in these market conditions. We should be there to support one another and be there for each other in this kind of space by supporting projects, making sure that we support the community and we are kind of taking care of each other, watching each other's backs. And so I think that's really cool. I mentioned vision and mission. I feel like we haven't done enough to share with the community what our vision, our mission is. And that is very near and dear to my heart, because I want to make sure that I'm waking up every morning and I'm excited for what's to come. Right? It's really really easy as an entrepreneur, as an individual. It's really easy to get bogged down with negativity, and God knows there's a lot of negativity in the space right now, and everybody's kind of down. So you have to look past that and be able to see the forest, not the trees, right? You have to see the grand vision of where we're going. So right now, the vision that we have for Bulls and Eggs project is to create a world of unlimited opportunity. I'll say that again, is to create a world of unlimited opportunity. So that to me is exciting. What that means, it could be subjective, whether we're talking metaverse and you create a world where you can fly or you can do, I don't know, man. If you've seen the movie Ready Player One, you can see all the potential for the metaverse. That is a world of unlimited opportunity, but also for individuals, for people in our community, we can hopefully bring them the tools and the knowledge and the networking and the connections that their opportunities open up through connections, through information. So hopefully, eventually, we'll get to that. Being part of the inner circle brings you so many opportunities that it will feel unlimited, right? So that's a different lens to look things through and what we're working towards. The other aspect, the mission, is to empower communities to build worlds where they can live their best life. We talked a lot about living the best life over the months since we came up with the idea what is BAP all about to now. I feel like we're still understanding what that means for individuals. For us, as entrepreneurs, business owners, I will speak for myself. I always see things through how can we help somebody succeed in their business or market better, or I see those things through that lens. I know, Gary, you've talked about the fitness, that kind of aspect. There's a lot of people that talk about mental health. That's super, super important. So I think living your best life can have so many different ways of manifesting. Of there's little things that you can do that could cause a big effect long term, and that could allow you to live that best life. So I think that's something we're still working on, still getting better at defining and executing on. But we definitely haven't forgot about that. It's in our mission, and we want to continue to deliver. We've done a lot. I hope that many people agree in the last 90 days. But
yeah, less than 90 days. Less than that, and that's 90 days for the whole project, and less than 60 for the actual tokenomics aspect of it, which is where things really started to gain traction, right? And we started to see a lot of things. So, no, I agree, Guy. I mean, being part of this team has been a pleasure for me. I'm excited, and yeah, there's like you said, there's what we're doing is we're building something that's amazing, and we wish we could talk about it, but that vision and mission really does cement for me, what our goals are and what our long-term plans are. You just read into it a little bit and you can kind of see where we would love to be and where we'd love to go. And that's so cool. So Chris, anything you want to add? We've been talking. It's been a great alpha.
Because I'm looking at a screen that nobody else can see because I'm producing this. So I could see a whole bunch of bulls down there that are waiting for us to look at them. And I get to click one button and we're going to get to enjoy all this. But I will say before that, we've got our team in the chat. We've got our community in the chat. We've got somebody just mentioned that they've never even heard Guy speak before, and they say that his voice is butter. Let's go. So I'm just saying,
I hope that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
That's a
The
good
fact that we're showing up and we're doing things other people don't do. Other people don't have their founders on live streams and they're hanging out and they're gonna interact and show all this awesome stuff that I know, Guy, you've been excited to do this. I'm excited to mint my God Bowl. And we're all going to share that moment right now. So I don't know, unless you guys don't want me to, I'm about to click a button. We're going to be looking at a bunch of bowls here.
Let's do it.
And we're going to dive into some of this gamification that we've all been talking about. So here we go.
Let's do it.
Do
Look at those bowls.
Cool. So let's I guess I'll take the lead on this and kind of walk through the process. Now, I know, Guy, we talked earlier, and part of the process of minting a God Bowl is the requirement of having 5 teens. And those 5 teens are unique. You have to have 4, 1 from each guild. So that would be north, south, east, and west, because our collection is divided into 4 guilds. And then you have to have just another teen. So sometimes the process of getting those individual guilds can be a little bit of work. And we wanted to make sure before we did the live that we had that selection of teens. And lucky enough, Guy was lucky, man. He was able to nail all 5 of the ones he needed the first out of mint. But I know he had fun with his family, he just said. So and he's got some teens to look at. But before we get to the teens, I'd like to walk through the process of anybody that hasn't seen this process of what we're going to do. So you'll see across the top of the screen, Guy has his, he's in his My Collection screen. And at the very, very top, there is a methane collection and then methane that is currently in his wallet. The methane is collected through the screen as well. You can collect all, you can collect individually. Guy's already gone through that process to make sure that was one less step that we had to choose. But that methane is in the wallet and it's ready for him to spend. Like I said earlier in the stream, this is free, you guys. It's all about time. If you're willing to do the time and you're willing to allow the NFT to work for you, this methane is earned for free. And once you earn enough to work through that gamification, then you can then mint these amazing additional NFTs that we're going to show you along the way. So the first thing that he's going to do is he's going to scroll down. He's going to find an OG bull that he thinks he wants to breed out. And I know he's bred out a few. So Guy, why don't you go ahead and scroll down and find yourself an OG bull that you want to start with to go ahead and create the breed. Now, it doesn't matter at this point what he chooses. It can be of any guild. Did you see Guy has a great collection? So with that collection, it's going to give him a lot of options. So once he chooses the bull that he's going to breed, and that bull is identified, it will actually pop up all the bulls of that same guild.
I'm giggling because Patrick said that Guy is very good at meth. I couldn't help it.
All right. Oh, don't look at the teens yet.
All right.
Okay. All right. So pick an OG bull there, whichever one you're going to choose. Now, when you click on the breed.
I've been going through this. I went through this with Gary earlier, and I went through this with my son. So I'm going to pick this brown one.
So hold right there for a real quick sec. So once you pick your first guild, the screen, our system will automatically then filter out all of the other guilds not associated with the one you chose. Because in the process of minting an incubator, which is the first step we need to do to get to the teen, you have to have 2 bulls of the same guild. So that's what we're doing right now. So you pick the bull, and its screen's a little small for me. It looks like it's the East Guild. So now all of the other bulls that have appeared on your screen, it's filtered out everything else. And now you're going to pick another bull from that same guild. Now, each bull has the ability to breed 3 times. So once you've bred out your bull 3 times, that highlighted breed word at the bottom of the actual NFT of that card will actually fade out and go away, so you can't choose it. So it's only going to give you the bulls that you can choose.
Right.
What you going to choose?
So I'm going to choose number 6822.
Okay. Now you see you've got 1 and 2 that's highlighted on your screen. Those are the 2 bulls that have been chosen of the same guild. There's a breed available. Guy will now scroll to the top of the screen. When he gets to the top of the screen, there's going to be a selection that says breed incubator. So go ahead and breed the incubator.
All righty.
Okay. Contracts executing, goes through the process. It's actually doing that on the blockchain. So we're mimicking that process. The same thing you do if you minted the project from the very beginning. You're seeing that minting process because we are minting it from the blockchain. So, all right.
There we go.
So there you go. So go ahead and close that out. So now I know you already have a selection. So we've already shown how that is. And you've got some incubators. This is what those incubators look like. So you've got a few extras. The incubators can only be used once. And once you use the incubator, you're going to utilize 600 additional tokens. Now, what's really cool about this is, let's say you're somebody that doesn't have 2 bulls of the same guild. Let's say you have 1 from each guild. you could still potentially buy this incubator on secondary and bring it into your wallet, because the process of minting a teen does not require bulls of the same guild. It just requires to have this incubator. So the only step for 2 bulls of the same guild is the very first step. So Guy, why don't you choose one of your 4 incubators, and you go ahead and let's mint that teen out.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
There we go.
This one.
All right, perfect.
All right.
I love this next part.
Here it goes.
The blockchain's a little slow today.
And so is my internet. I don't know if, I hope you hear me okay. I was having connectivity issues right before we started this. And in one of the teams that I minted, I got a server error. I was like, no, why? So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, now that's the bummer is we can't hear the sound. So I will tell you, Guy's probably listening to it right now because he's got his headphones on. It's this really cool sound. Oh, you got a racer bowl. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, Guy. I know for a fact you are not gonna burn this teen, are you?
No way.
There's no way. Because I know that you race cars just like Neo Ape and I have. I know that you've liked it, and so I have my racer teen as well. That is cool. He's got rainbow horns, and he's got that what is that called, mustard body or whatever it is. That's super cool, man. I love that.
Super sweet.
Yep. All right, so let's close that out. So
I don't want
to. I know, but hey, you're not going to burn it. So all right. So now he's got his teens. So I'd like you to just click on the teen tab. So you'll notice that he has his teens. Now you can select the all and you can see everything, or you can just click the tab to identify the teens. So looks like Guy has been doing a little bit of work since the last time I talked to him, and he's got a selection of teens. So I can't see all of the ones, but you're going to need to pick one, specifically one that already has a double, because you don't want to burn one that you only have one of. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the merger orb. So in our lore and in the gamification, you have to have 5 teens to summon the god. One of the teens can be any random. It can be anyone. And you're going to utilize that teen, and it's going to cost you 2,400 methane tokens, and that will mint the merger orb. So that's the process we're going to do now. So you pick a teen, whichever one that you think you want to burn, and let's go ahead and get that merger orb.
All right, so we're gonna say goodbye to 23.95.
Good. All right. That's the shocked face.
Well, no, it might not be goodbye. It might be see you later.
That's true. It could be see you later. Okay, now we're going to generate the merger orb.
All right.
I don't know what is about that face. They just know. They're like, no.
I know, huh? That's awesome.
I had to strategize with my son before we got started. Like, okay, you cannot get rid of that one, and you cannot do this one, and this one is gonna be your orb. So I hope that I'm not messing up.
HK Strongside said, "Oh wow, that amps me up to get a teen mint done." Well, hey, HK Strongside, I'm glad that you're loving this, man, because this process has been fun, and yeah, the teens are cool. They're actually some amazing art, and I think that's something to highlight while we're waiting for this to process. You know, our OG Genesis collection, I love it. I love the traits. I love everything about it, and it would have been cool to have another mint. But our team, Neo and the art team, man, they went over the top. You know, it's not just something that's simple. It is the same quality as our OG Genesis. It has similar traits. It has unique traits. They are an amazing NFT collection all on their own without even being part of our gamification. So I love the teen NFT. It's super, super cool. And the fact now that we've got these additional God utilities are coming out. So the God utilities will have this impact on the teens as well and meth generation. So that's really cool. You want to hit okay there, Guy?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Now we have to go to your utilities tab. Let's see if the merger orb has appeared in the utilities. If you go to the top, it's still thinking there. But if you want to click on the utilities tab, up on top.
1 sec.
Okay. The blockchain must be busy right now. So this is what happens sometimes. Yeah, and it happens. Okay, so it'll take a few seconds for it to pop in here. You could refresh your screen if you wanted to, but we can wait. So just real quick while we're waiting, if he wants to refresh his screen. So, you know, at the very beginning, the teens have always been part of our gamification that allows for for generating these additional NFTs. And as we started working through this, we've always known that we were going to have additional utilities for the gods. So as we listen to the community, like Guy said earlier, because we do listen to the community absolutely 100%, we started developing even further than what we thought we were with the utilities for the gods, and we've released 3 awesome utilities. And the utilities, our first one was Resurrection. So you can have it once you have your God Bull. You can take your God Bull. Let's say it's a North Guild. You take a unburned teen from the North Guild, and you can swap it with the Underworld to then generate your awesome resurrected teen that's going to generate 5 meth tokens. So it still hasn't cleared on the blockchain yet.
Is that teen still in the teen tab?
Yeah. Once you look at the teen tab,
is he like a mutant?
Did he not go through on the
maybe it didn't. I did get a weird pop-up. So let's try it again.
Let's try it again. And this happens sometimes, you guys. Don't forget, if we had 100% control over everything, then of course our developers would have everything dialed in. But we're relying on the blockchain. So decentralized, we're dealing with the Ethereum blockchain. A lot of things can be happening on the blockchain. So sometimes this process takes a little bit to work through getting that mint done, whether it be a mint, whether it be claiming tokens, whether it be the NFT itself. That actually is the first time that happened. So that was good. That didn't happen the last time. So we'll wait for that execution. So sometimes it happens, and by the way, if you're ever in our website and you are trying to work through a process, we have an absolutely amazing dev team. They are top notch, and our community, our Discord, Poco, who's our community manager, and his moderators in Discord will help you guys out with anything. So you can always jump in there and ask a question if something ever happens. And we're always right on top of things. So, it's technology. Technology sometimes, it happens. But it's been an amazing process so far. And I've been able to make myself a few God Bulls, and it's been a freaking cool process. So
how many do you have, Gary?
I've got 3. I have 3.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got 3. I would tell you, I would have more. And actually, Guy and I were talking about this. When I started this journey and I knew about the tokenomics and we were doing everything, I had this plan of being able to literally get a God Bull about every 3 weeks. That was the plan. The problem is I fell in love with all of the freaking teens. So I'm actually sitting on 20 teens right now that I'm like, I can't burn these guys.
Ooh,
there we go.
We got it.
Cool. Okay, so now this is the fun part. And this is the fun part that I did live as well. So once Guy selects his merger orb, he's going to have his teens are going to pop up, and then it's the choice of which teens he's going to burn. Just like he burned for the merger orb, he's going to have to burn for the for the God Bull. Now, when you're summoning for the God Bull, you have to have 4 teens, and you have to have 1 from each guild. So you have to have a north, a south, an east, and a west. So,
which I do.
Well, go ahead and click on the merger orb first. Did you already do that? So go ahead and summon the God. So on the very bottom. Okay, now it's already selected 1, which tells me you must only have 1 east teen bull. So it pre-selected that. Now you have to choose the west, the south, and the north, or which bad boys you're going to get rid of. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead. Was that the racer?
Yes.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Resurrection needed. Let's go.
Oh, my Lord.
He's going to the underworld, boys.
So now, remind me to send a message to the dev team. We need to hurry up on the resurrection.
Yes, because you're going to keep your eyes on that. But you know what? This is going to be fun because now that you know the resurrection's out there, let's plan for that. So
let's see.
Yeah.
Well, why is this guy not showing up?
Okay, so go back to the merge orb again. Let's see.
Yeah.
So unselect the 1 and see what happens. Nope, it's not letting you unselect the 1. Why isn't that guy showing up? That is a very good question.
The second one and then deselect the one that's starting off that way.
Technology, right, Guy?
Okay. Love it.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to select this one and deselect this. And there you go.
There it is. That good call.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right. So we're going to say goodbye to this one, get rid of it. And now we have, okay, now I'm happy.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, there's your 4. All right, so that was it. So what's happening is, and let me explain why that happened. So the system automatically selected it, and what it did is because it selected that guild, it hid the other guilds from you, right? Because whatever guild that was, I couldn't see it. My screen's too small. But once our system pre-selected it, so that is something interesting that we can think about, right? I mean, we walked through this process, and I don't think I ever caught that before. So we'll make sure that we explain to people that if it's a team that you didn't want to, select another team so you stay in that screen, unselect the 1, and it'll bring up all of those other gilded teens so you can select the ones that you actually want to burn. So I'm glad that we walked through that. That was something that was really interesting. So this is it, man. Guy, I mean, you're done. So this is a 4,800 methane process. You've got your 4 teens that you're sacrificing, just like Red went to the mountain and found that you had to sacrifice for an orb and then called in all his brothers. So let's do it. Let's summon the God Bull. Did you do it?
Should we like come up with a hum or a chant? Like,
I know. This is so cool, you guys. I'm so excited.
I'm glad I'm not the only one shaking for excitement. I know that strong side is.
And my feet are going like this right now.
I know.
All right.
Let's hit the go. Okay.
Ooh, I remember this moment with Gary. We went back to the OG collection and it popped right up in that top left corner.
Yep. So did you, I can't see your other screens. Did you get your confirmation? Oh, there it goes. This is it right here. So now this is a little different from when I did it, because last time I did it, remember we had that little graphic. Now it's this big graphic that comes up. So things, and we developed, you guys. So when I first did it was in the very beginning. As the project has matured, our developers have gone in and have refined certain things and have made the user experience better, right? So this is going to probably be, you're going to see this is going to be a little different when this pops up now. So remember, Chris, we had to go search for my God Bull. So this is going to be a cool experience.
Yeah, I don't know if the blockchain is playing games with me. It's slowing things down, but this is the anticipation is killing me.
Anticipation. Oh, here we go.
All right.
There's the sound effects.
Okay, and it's going to go away. What do we got?
I swear it said that.
Oh.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, that's cool. The lightning god.
I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, that's cool. Look, I got chills, man. Look at you can't see it, but I got goosebumps. That is so cool. I love that.
This is amazing. It's amazing. I love the work the art team did on these gods, on these bulls. Every bull has a personality. Like you make an instant connection with them.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it too, man. And I haven't been able to get a lightning god. That's one of the selected ones that I want, and he's so cool. And I remember that because he was sneak peeked inadvertently on a shirt that the OG Bulls had when we released the OG Bulls before the gods came out. And he was one of the sneak peeks that nobody really saw. And Neil was like, hey, you know that there's a lightning god on one of the shirts for the OG Bulls. I'm like, what?
And we look at that weapon too. So that's so cool.
That's so cool. All right, man. Well, hey, that was super fun, Guy. Thank you so much for coming and doing that. And I'm glad that everybody got a chance to join us and watch that process.
I'm not done, Gary.
Uh-oh.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I waited this long to get engaged. I wanted to make sure the community had a chance to go in, mint their God Bulls before I did. But what I want to do is this first God Bull I ever minted, I'm going to be raffling it away if we can get our floor to 0.25 before Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time.
No way. A raffle?
All right. So I'm going to raffle this to anybody that buys a bull from now, an OG bull from now until Sunday at 6 p.m., as long as we hit floor of 0.25, not 0.2499. 0.25. That I checked it right before we went on this live, and it was 25 bulls. So you can literally go pick up 25 bulls and you'll get the God bull.
That's cool. So let me ask you a question.
Unless, of course, if there's more than 25 bulls that get sold, then it's still a raffle. But that for every bull is one entry.
That's very cool. So what we'll do is as soon as somebody buys one, they'll go into our Discord, I'm assuming. They'll open a ticket. They'll verify their transaction with their wallet so we know that it is them. And then once that ticket's open, and I'm sure that Poco's like, what if nobody told me? So
I didn't tell anybody. So
that's cool. I love that, man.
We have not yet given away a God Bull, and I wanted to make this one special as a token of appreciation to the awesome community. So I do ask everybody listening in right now, go make some noise on Discord, on Twitter. Let everybody know. If you cannot mint one, help us out, help everybody out. Tell them, hey, if you go get a bull right now off the floor, let's raise that floor. Everybody in the community benefits, and everybody that grabs a bull from now until Sunday 6 p.m. Central Time gets an entry for each bull they pick up. So I think it's a win-win-win. Everybody wins across the floor.
I think your lightning bolt is electrocuting the crap out of your mic. So I think
wait till you hear it.
We're done.
It sounds like electrocution. It sounds like you're like got electricity going when you were talking. So you're cutting out a little bit, Guy, but we got it all. You guys, that is awesome. I didn't even know about this. I mean, Chris and I were not told. But the fact that we're going to actually auction off the very first God Bowl is really, really cool. So we'll make sure that we get some announcement in Discord. We're going to definitely, do we want to put this up on Twitter too? So this is for anybody, right? Anybody that comes in and buys off the floor?
Anybody except Evan and me and the team, because I mean, we're excited, but
we're excited, and it'll start officially starting at. He made the announcement at 5. Well, I'm at Pacific, but Central Time would have been 7 o'clock Central. So get in there and get your bulls bought off the floor. Let's try to get that up to 0.25. And if we do, somebody's going to walk away with this awesome lightning god. You guys, this is really cool, Guy. That was amazing that you're doing that. So
Evan's all,
yep, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I already see questions. Can you hear me okay right now?
Yeah, yes, now you're better. Yes.
All right, cool. So sorry about that. But I already see questions coming. I know the team is gonna have questions, so we'll post an announcement tomorrow with clarifications. But the point is, if we get that floor to 0.25, I'm gonna be raffling this gobble away. We'll fill in the gaps for any questions that might come up. So thank you so much, guys. I'm super excited. Super excited. This is not my first. This is my first gobble, but it's not gonna be my last. You're probably gonna see me minting another one really soon. I want to keep.
That's awesome. And you know what? Thank you for joining us. I mean, this was fun, and I know you were like, all right, let's do it. And I'm so glad you did. And the fact that we are able to talk about the project and all the amazing things that we're doing. I appreciate your 30 minutes, man. I really do. Thank you for spending it with us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All.
And everybody out there, thank you guys so much for joining us. And we'll catch you on the Weekly Fix Live Monday. You guys all have a good weekend.
All right. Break out those brooms, everybody. I'll see you soon.
Bye.